Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. So James Harden just let the entire basketball world know that he wants to get traded to the Philadelphia 76ers or a contender, man. So as far as that goes, I asked you guys on my Twitter account at ChrisFlakes2K, give me a realistic James Harden 76ers trade. Let me say, it was definitely a 50-50 split on what exactly should be given up, but we will definitely go through that in 1 second, man. Now, before we get going on today's video, if you guys don't mind dropping that like, 1,000 likes is always the goal, and of course, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Also, over on my second channel, Extra Crispy, today I did react to the top 100 NBA players according to ESPN. They released the first 50, and let me say, it was probably the worst list I've ever seen. Like, literally, man, it was like go ask somebody who's never watched basketball to make a list, and they probably just statistically would make a better list than ESPN, guys, over on my second channel, Extra Crispy. So, alrighty, what James Harden did say, let me fix my screen real quick here, man. Got this all switched up from a thumbnail I made earlier for another video. There we go. Beautiful, man, beautiful. Okay, so yeah, James Harden, he did say 76ers or a contender. So before we go and look at 76er trades, let's just see like if any other team really makes sense, if they have the assets, if they have really a reasoning to trade for James Harden, who of course, I mean, being an MVP caliber player, but also kind of known as a selfish player in a way, if it would just be really worth it out there, right, man? So let's go ahead and start from the beginning from the 76ers, and we'll go through them in a second. Milwaukee Bucks, like a last second attempt to, maybe save Giannis from going to a different team, but I know those two guys don't get along, so I don't really see that happening. Chicago Bulls, Cleveland Cavaliers, Boston Celtics. I mean, Celtic fans, you guys let me know. Would you go as far as giving up like a Jaylen Brown? Like a Jaylen Brown with some draft picks? Or I don't think they would do like Jaylen and Kemba Walker, but teaming up Jason Tatum with James Harden would be absolutely, absolutely filthy, man. So Clippers, I mean, maybe some sort of like Pandemic P type of trade, not really sure. Memphis Grizzlies, Atlanta Hawks, like, so I'm doing like straight up big time contenders, man. The Miami Heat, I mean, I like what they got going on over here. Like, if I was the Heat, I would not touch your roster. Your roster is absolutely fantastic, man. Like, I would not make any big-time switches to it. The Utah Jazz, Sacramento Kings, New York Knicks. I'm not trying to disrespect the same teams like the Jazz are not contenders. I mean, like, unless you want to give up, like, Donovan Mitchell, I don't really see that happening, right? I'm kind of splitting between, like, do they have the assets, but also are they willing to trade for the guy, and are they big-time contenders, right? For the Los Angeles Lakers, not touching my team. Orlando Magic, Dallas Mavericks. I don't like the idea of Luka and James Harden on the same team. Brooklyn Nets, obviously the big-time offer here that we always hear about is Dinwiddie, Caris LeVert, Jarrett Allen as first-round picks, which at that point, it's really not even good for, like, a rebuild, though. Like, because if they trade James Harden, chances are the Rockets are going into a rebuild. And, like, Dinwiddie's 27 in his prime, and Caris LeVert's 26 injury-prone. So, it's really not even good for a rebuilding standpoint. Denver Nuggets, I mean, you could get crazy and go, like, a Michael Porter, toss him in with, like, a Jamal Murray, maybe somebody like that, maybe some picks, Bobo, something along those lines. That would be a little interesting. Indiana Pacers, Pelicans, Detroit Pistons, you toss some Blake. I'm just joking. No, not the Pistons. Toronto Raptors. Nothing that really makes sense because you're not trading Siakam, and they don't need a point guard because they already got John Wall. So you can't. I mean, Kyle Lowry for James Harden would be atrocious anyway. Just saying. Houston Rockets, just keep them, man. You guys got a good team. Like, if you all stay healthy, which is kind of a long stretch to begin with, but if you guys all stay healthy, man, that is a good-looking lineup, okay? I'm just going to point that out. San Antonio Spurs, Phoenix Suns, OKC Thunder, Timberwolves, Portland Trailblazers. If you really want to get, Damian Lillard, that superstar alongside him, you might be able to do, like, CJ, but that's once again not good for a rebuild, man. It's just not good for a rebuild. You got the Golden State Warriors, who actually officially announced they are not interested today, man. So I'm looking at the teams out here. I'm not really seeing it. I'm not really seeing a lot of teams going all in and giving up big-time pieces, man. I'm just not really seeing it. And James Harden's a fan. I mean, we all know how good he is. Like, look at these numbers. This guy's probably the best shooting guard of this current era of basketball. He is the best shooting guard of this current era of basketball. Going back to, like, Dwayne Wade, Kobe Bryant, guys like that, right, man? So, yeah, those are really good numbers. But we know with James Harden, you get good regular season numbers, and in the playoffs, you get some lackluster performances. So what exactly is that worth? Let's go ahead and hit up this trade over here, because we are going to do a trade with the Philadelphia 76ers, man. That is how we are going to run this, just because I do feel like that's a team that something potentially could kind of be worked out. Now, okay, here's my initial thoughts real quick here. Let's toss James Harden. What am I doing, man? Let's toss James Harden into the chopping block. I literally am pushing all sorts of buttons. I promise I did not drink before this video, man. After, I guess after actually seeing the ESPN Top 100, I was kind of thinking about it, though, man. So, yeah, we got to pull up James Harden from the Rockets. Okay. So this is where I'm at with things. What I know is that Daryl Morey does not want to trade Joel Embiid or Ben Simmons. When I posted you guys to give me trades, it was a split, man. I would say it was literally a 50-50 split between guys giving up Embiid or Simmons, and then trades involving not those guys. So either way, I know as far as this video goes, the dislike bar is going to be heavy because people are going to get salty about it. In my opinion, man, if I was the 76ers, knowing James Harden, kind of low-key requesting a trade, as far as like the national, the training camp, going out clubbing and stuff like that, his trade value to me is at an all-time low. It really is. Like, if you would have said maybe like 2 or 3 months ago he requested a trade, then you could probably talk getting Ben Simmons in a trade. You probably could definitely do that, man. But at this point, I don't really see it happening. I don't see either one of these guys. For one, you don't really want Ben Simmons and James Harden on the same team, so you're not giving up Embiid. But also, from the Rockets standpoint, you don't really want Ben Simmons playing with John Wall either. Like, can you imagine Ben, like John Wall playing like the natural point guard he is, and then Ben Simmons just kind of like not being able to do anything because he can't really shoot? Like, he can slash to the basket and stuff, but is that worth damn $31 million for their offense? Not really, man. So this is the trade that I saw from a lot of you guys. Guys, please, man, hit that like button. Don't hit the dislike button, guys. This is a trade I've been seeing from everybody else. Do not, don't kill the messenger, man. I'm trying to build my channel and stuff, right? Don't be disrespectful. This is the trade I've been seeing from everybody, okay? A lot of people. I say at least 50% of my audience. Tobias Harris to match salary. I saw a lot of, where's he at? Matisse Thybulle. To me, Matisse has the potential to be probably the best defensive guard in the NBA. I really think he has that type of potential, man. Like, defensive player of the year. Tony Allen with a 3-point shot, right? Great player. I saw a lot of Seth Curry, although I don't know if he could actually officially be traded yet, but we'll toss him and we'll see. We'll assume he can be. I saw also Shake Milton tossed in, so we can say that. Okay, we'll say Shake Milton. And then what I saw was like 5 first-round picks. So we can only toss in a maximum of 2 right here, just, due to the limitations of the game. So imagine like 5 more draft picks tacked on. From a rebuild standpoint, on the Rockets, you get Shake Milton, who's only 24. He's got a lot of good potential. You get Seth Curry. He's 30. He's one of the top 3-point shooters in the NBA. You get Matisse Thybulle. I already told you guys about him guard-wise. Tobias Harris, he's 28. Contract's not the greatest, but it does kind of fit into a rebuilding team, and it still gives them a product out there, a guy that can play off of John Wall and stuff. And like I said, like 5, 6, 7 first-round picks, something like that, which is fantastic for a rebuild. And the 76ers get James Harden. Now, I don't even know if 76ers would be down for this because you are giving up a lot. I actually really like the 76ers roster this season. I just feel like they got the right players around Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid now. But like I said, man, this is a video. It's all for fun, right? So we obviously got to toss in some more players, though, to kind of make things work. We'll even say that if it lets us, we'll have them take on the salary of Eric Gordon. We'll see if that might not actually be might not work financially, but we'll still toss in, just like the bottom guys right here. Not saying these would be the specific guys, but yeah, it says valid trade, so they take on a more kind of injury-prone Eric Gordon. Would be a nice 6-man, add a little bench depth to the 76ers, so, and they get out of that contract. So we'll go ahead and do this trade, man. Do both user teams accept? Well, I'm controlling both. So yes, we do, man. And there we have it. Is that the exact trade? I'm not saying it is. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, it depends on how you value James Harden's trade value right now, man. But what I do know is that this would be the team for the 76ers. Ben Simmons, James Harden. We got Eric Gordon. They literally don't really have a power forward now, so you would probably have to see some sort of trade go through. Although I was low-key hearing lineups going on with this, man. Yeah, there's really not, like... They would need to do something else. There's no way you could have Dwight Howard. So let's hit up maybe... Because I'm trying to get, like, a realistic, somewhat rotation going on here. Let's go ahead and hit up free agents. Who's available, power forward-wise? Ersan Ilyasova. Okay, he can shoot. That's probably not the guy. We can't even sign him. Okay, let's do a trade real quick here then, man. We're not going to get anybody too crazy. Kind of want anybody that's going to, like, really super affect the rebuild. We'll toss in Tony Bradley, and I guess we'll probably don't want to trade a power forward. Tyrese Maxey also could potentially get traded too. I was kind of hearing about him. We'll assume he gets traded too, so we'll take him off the team. Okay, we'll do a trade with him because I was hearing about that. Bobby Portis. You know what? Might be cool with Bobby Portis. Can shoot threes and stuff. Not like a big-time effective player. I'm not saying this would be the trade because this would be kind of whack to trade, give Tyrese Maxey. But yeah, we'll assume maybe he was also part of the Rockets trade. Who really knows, man? I don't. Listen, I just make videos, bro. And then there we go. We got our starting 5 bench unit: Dwight Howard, Danny Green, Furkan Korkmaz. We don't have a backup point guard, so let's go ahead and get one of those real quick too. Just to kind of like complete things. So Sterling, we'll assume, yeah, double, triple team trade, man. I don't really know. We gotta get a backup point guard. Really, 2K, you can offer up one? Fantastic. All right, Terrence Ferguson. Come on, man. Give me a backup point guard, 2K. Dante Exum, Matthew Dellavedova. I think we do Avery Bradley. They'll go from Miami Heat. Just tossing a name out there just to get the rotation all set. And there we have it, man. That's a damn championship team right there. Bench unit needs a little bit of work, but it's not too bad. But yeah, definitely needs a little bit of work. I really like this team a lot, though, man. And then from the Houston Rockets standpoint, you low-key start going into a rebuild. Sorry, Christian Wood. I know you said you want to win basketball games, but hey, you're on a rebuilding team now, and you got some other names out there that could perhaps be something. Who really knows? So let's go ahead and get going on this simulation, guys. Simulate through date. And yeah, just real quick here, talking about James Harden. I feel like we've talked about him so much. Wow, they are not playing well. Dear God. Well, I guess that's the first thing to note. Just because he wants to go to the 76ers doesn't mean the 76ers actually want him, because we all know James Harden, I was kind of saying earlier, he is a ball-dominant guard. So, I mean, as far as him even working with Ben Simmons, I don't like it, man. I really don't like the fit. I do like the idea of James Harden with Joel Embiid. I feel like that actually has really good potential from pick and roll and stuff like that. So, even if it came down to this, if I was the 76ers GM and they were like, okay, we'll do a trade, we'll give you James Harden for Ben Simmons, I do think that James Harden is a better fit on the 76ers along with Embiid than Ben Simmons is. But at the same time, I do understand that James Harden's like 31, a little bit of a diva out there. Hasn't really accomplished much outside of the, regular season awards and stuff. And Ben Simmons is what, like 24 years of age, maybe a little injury prone, but you look beyond the three-point shot, he's still one of the quickest players in the NBA, being 6'10". His defense, he has potential to be a defensive player of the year. He pretty much does everything well except shoot. So it's like, can he develop that? I mean, guys like Rondo did later in their career, Jason Kidd, of course. So who really knows, man? It's very interesting. I'm at the point with James Harden, I'm just ready for it to be over with. Like, just make a damn choice. My gut feeling is that, maybe you're watching this video, maybe a trade happened, so this could be a bad take. But no, man. My gut feeling is that he just ends up going back to the damn Houston Rockets, and that's fine, right? But as far as the team record goes, we started off bad, finished with a record of 62-19. I think the 76ers would definitely be down for that. First team in the conference, the Rockets, 12th in the conference with a record of 35-46, kind of signifying their rebuild. Simulate through date and finish with an L on the season. LeBron MVP. There's all the rest of the roles. Doc Rivers as coach of the year. Harden All-NBA first, yeah, no doubt. All-NBA second, All-NBA third, looking like that with Joel Embiid. And then we got the all-defensive team with Ben Simmons. See, that really works, though. Like, the defensive point, if you can get, like, beyond the three-point shot and stuff, and just seeing what everything else that Ben Simmons does great, it's actually not a bad pairing in the backcourt with James Harden from that standpoint, right? But we are the first seed in the conference. Let's go to these player stats on the season. We'll see how both teams did. Player stats looking like this: 31, 5 and 8 for James Harden, 25 and 14 for Joel Embiid. He absolutely beasts it out. And then Ben Simmons, 17, 7 and 10. So he's still going to score in different ways, but he's going to provide you, everything else out there. Eric Gordon, Bobby Portis provided shooting and stuff. Bench unit was fine. So that's all good. And then from the Houston Rockets standpoint, looking at their player stats, what do we got out here, man? Player stats looking like this. Yeah, I mean, John Wall was nice. Tobias Harris is still going to score. It's still not a bad team. I don't know if it's a playoff team in the in the Western Conference. It's all based off if they stay healthy or not, but that's pretty much what it is, man. So let's go ahead and simulate these playoffs real quick here, see if the 76ers can actually make it to the NBA Finals, and they lose to the Milwaukee Bucks. Well, there you have it, man. There you have it. Did not lead to a championship, which is definitely no guarantee. Like, when I look at LeBron James, I'm like, okay, LeBron James, man, you can guarantee get to the finals for the most part, right? For the most part, you can guarantee getting to the finals with LeBron. You cannot say the same about James Harden. So you got to really think about that, like what you're willing to give up. But that's all we got for today's video, man. Hopefully this is the last James Harden video, but, there's a damn new rumor with him every single day. But hope you guys did all enjoy. Be sure to drop that like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace out, my friends.